My name is Tibetan Refugee, Nechung State Oracle. Okay, so my English is not enough, so I asked to the translation for Gamsana.
Yeah.
So, when to that Sanjo de Ping is on Adam de Ping and Samalo, a man cheji, Kaduna de Levda, and Konzo Namsamish Danji Mudus.
Kudang is saying that most of the refugees who come from Tibet, and when they come to get his blessings, the first reaction from these people are that when they see him and when they get his blessing, they shed tears and they are full of sorrow and the expressions are so sad, and they shed a lot of tears. They cry most of the time.
아니 미주 도스타야디 김제 가르친다면 수도 좀 버게다 변나려야 개미월 강에 유자 아니 디기다 강에 디셈날 유두 디젠 라오메바다 미주 쇼고요비디 군주 대시게 모토는 하고 있습니다.
And the reason why these people are shedding the tears is that Kudala feels that he can automatically sense because because these people have no freedom in their land, and so they do not have to tell him that what's going on in Tibet, because he understands, and these are the tears of sorrow.
And just from your own experience, do you think there's any way that'll be resolved, or how do you feel it'll be resolved, so that people won't have to come from Tibet?
감사.
다 편에서 팽에서 더 망고시라 그랬어. 안다는데 참 저기 투저직샤 인거를 다 표현이면 지키면이면 직샤 즉 그것이 용어를 했어.
데텐데 용어를 했어.
He saying yes, yeah, definitely one finding, yes, is light will shine in Tibet, and there will be freedom.
아니 자외 표현할 등에 빈만 체직이 있다. 대시 계급이야. 대 군주 신우부 조교배 되는 안주 별갑주 흉지교리 딘난다기 빈망우지 지게 개와 가르도수 유인도 삼바 디게 상면에 지게 표현 돌지기 간수수 간토도 지게 내가 지고레스 표현할 영에 쪽에 개미 독조와려야 수수소 배변존에 가서르다 그게 심좀 하자 제제 무투니 디정을 중에 줄이야 레와줘야지다 관한조 강도 깊게 지게 레고 배난 거를.
And the reason he's very confident that this bright light will shine in Tibet one day is that under the leadership of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Tibetan government in exile, and more than 100,000 refugees living all around the world, and the support that we have been generating for the cause of Tibet is a positive aspect towards this goal. And not only that, and there's the other side there where the people of Tibet themselves, they are a major part of this, and they are giving up their lives even though they know the dangers which are there, and they are in the forefront of this cause, and they're fighting for their rights, and we are in full support of that too.
And if there was one thing you would want to say to the people watching this, wherever they are, about what they should feel about Tibet and about refugees, and how maybe they can help, what would you say?
Tajik simusing in the meet some Rama Yavelum Shadachi, Picabjo sing chicken Hakumala.
디 다디 가서래 비디오 게스 싱인소리야 비구슈에 유스.
She's saying he has got a word to offer.
간선은 지다 전문인 디나라야 지기 먹주당 다지 개가 편수 지기 마게 나로로 녀로 유와 다 딘데기 지기 잡주식 망부지 용되고 그랬어.
He's saying the refugees, there are various ways that refugees come into existence. Say for example, there are wars, there are internal fightings, and there's starvation and there's famine. So there's a lot of things that bring up this refugee
이데다 먼저 단대 배배 내주디 양 잡주 셴보다 직지다 머디와 내주 멘다지리스.
Yes. And the situation of Tibet is a little bit different than the other refugee crisis. It's a little bit different.
가능성은 내주 직디 야다 표현이 다데리스.
And the first and foremost and most important thing is that the distinct identity that the Chinese and the Tibetan are totally different. They are totally.
아니 다 개미기 옹슈다 제뉴토네 아니 다 표계급도 전주 제브리스.
And what's happened in Tibet is because of the Chinese occupation, their force, and they invaded Tibet, and that's how Tibet is under the Chinese occupation right now. This illegal occupation.
전주 제브디 아니 첩시 참 마임베 다지기 마주 라와 출루 강지토네 다지 배 미릭 잘라줘야 기타 시즈르지 차대요.
And the reason for this occupation is just not political or economical or social. It encompasses more than that. It is mostly religious persecution and the most important of all, the identity of the Tibetan people, the loss of this rich nation, of this so-called Tibetanness is in danger now.
내주 자라 된지리 니네 별 계급 참 마임베 별 내주디 베나 다 가소래 점링다 된데 대화차고레스 점링기 지조 내주다 별기 가소다 내주디 된데 교화차고 대화차고레스.
And he's saying that the issue of Tibet is not only a big part, a big worry or concern not only for the Tibetans, but it's a concern for all the people in the world. And people should take notice of it.
디 컨데스 대화차고로 수비나 점링기다 사토쇼디 다 별차고리.
And the reason why this has come about is because Tibet is situated in the as you know, it's known as the roof of the world. It's located in a strategic location, strategic place.
디기 다 시디기 사제 디가나 아니 게미 콘델레체 안 디가나다 지 제조 배조다는 소바 들강와야로 소바 구유 돈에 딘데기 망부지 신자야로 소바 소주야로 소 망부지 제네 엔 들어가서 베나타니에서 아니 야가르당 당나다 이시에 기가 망부지라야 남시 규거도야 다딘데 다니 제조 때네 내리 망부 용야지 게 딘데지네 용어됐다 세브레스.
And for example, Tibet, as you know, is a place rich for minerals, and now the Chinese are extracting all those minerals. They have made Tibet a place for nuclear dumping. It's a place where nuclear arsenal is there, and they are disturbing the ecological balance as well. And a lot of deforestation has gone into place, and they are totally disregarding the natural balance of the ecology in Tibet. And so the reason why Kumbhodala is saying this is because you can see the destruction that's happening in India and neighboring countries because of the floods, and that is happening, and all those things. So this is one major cause of concern.
아니 내주 디종을 찍디 다 안주 남과 산계기 추려야 직 도나낭에다 롭존낭에 점물린디는 유비나 안 자와저지나 표처고리스.
He's saying if you are a religious person, if you want to see the Buddhism be still a force to be reckoned with, and he's saying that the best place would be Tibet for it to grow and flourish. And if Tibet is not the sanctuary for Buddhism, then there will be no Buddhism.
특별 친별로기 마야나기 로기다 직 롭존낭에이나 안디 롭존시서 자와 때네한테 표처고리스.
And especially for the Mahayana tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, Tibet would be the most suitable place for one to pursue religious education in that field.
딘데 인두다 딘데지기 계지 딘데지 토네 안디 사구딜야다 지 구유다 안 낭조 토다 간데지는 퇴쇼 침바이나 아니 덴덴 점물이 시행 강다 강라야 디게 저와차고리.
So with all these reasons bearing in mind, and if Tibet is not saved at this point of time, when it is in crucial, when it is in critical stage, so if it is not saved, then it'll be a very big loss.
이년 탄다 게미기 치 밀레 때야는 변하는 공부 망보 직 사신 제대된데다 차망보도세 된데 디비날 땡기 유지된 디게인디 나로 옹고요기다 내주 차상하지 제도고 말에 자바이네 지기다 게미 코란 주고 되바 뜸지 모두 지기 파 소소용원에 라완 덴베기 별로 좀 제도고 말이스.
And you may be seeing clips that are being propaganda clips, most probably being portrayed on Chinese television throughout the world. But if you look into the reality, that is not true. He gives an example saying that if you look at the monasteries, yes, they have done some redevelopment to the monasteries, they have renovated the monasteries, and they are showing monks there. But if you look into depth and check out this, ask questions to these monks, there's no real development there as such.
아니 단다지기 공부망고 지기 canzu 표현할 통대비게디 메마하게 소수 당란토네 양수시하면도 재미 중을하네 다지기 도선 단전에 공부 소유셔 제요 말이스.
And most of the monasteries that have been renovated have in fact been done by labor through the Tibetan people themselves. They have volunteered their time and to go and work into the monasteries and given the time to do the renovation, but and the Chinese have never put in a single dime for these renovations.
아니 다 인데기다 내주견베 표현안에 지금 망고지 초도 용제 야간을 용제 지기디바 공부자나 주제 롭존 챙에다 양다간다 지기 로슌게 카지 리그네토 롭존 챙제 랍타카나리아다 야간알이야 레데비디 긍지토리아 롭존 톨 데스 직다 고급 야가체 야가차데 버리스.
And there are a number of refugees who are coming out from Tibet even to this day, and monks have been relocated in various different monasteries, and they are continuing their studies in Tibetan philosophy and Tibetan Buddhism. And likewise, lay people have likewise been admitted to various schools and training centers.
And if I could ask you a little bit about how you became, because just to switch gears, if I can ask you a little bit, tell us in a shortened version, how you came to be the Nechung Oracle.
Okay, so first I'm talking my broad English, then some I need help from Gonzala. So I just talk a beginning story. I was a Nechung monk. I joined in 1971 to hear Dharamsala. So, that time you have previous medium, his name is Lobsan Jingmi. The Venerable Lobsan Jingmi is passed away in 1984. So, 3 years we don't have new medium. So, we have in Tibet different person medium, different oracles. So they have I thinking 3 different things. One medium become to like a family lineage, who is the father doing to turns. Then after he passed away, his son become to the medium. Also some female also same story. And some kind High Lama choosing some person, they special blessing, then they become to automatically to become the medium. Okay, so Nechung medium is more different two cases. These 2 cases. Why? Nobody knows who is the next medium, and also not necessarily become to Nechung monk. So I'm 14th medium of the Nechung. So 12 medium become outside the monastery. Not in Nechung. Some Debung monastery, some South Tibet, some North Tibet, and some lay people, some Geshe, some also Lama, standard practice. Many different became. Then so that is the point. Nechung medium choosing Oracle himself. Oracle himself choosing.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody knows who is the next medium. So I'm become to medium 1987, 31st March 31st. So first time, normally we have every year in Dharamsala, after the Losar, after the Tibetan New Year, His Holiness going to teaching, and that time many people came to the Dharamsala. Also, we have a good connection with the Debung Monastery. So every year the Debung monks came to Dharamsala. Then they asked the chance for the oracle every year. So we don't have 3 years, no medium, no chance. So in 1987, His Holiness going to teaching. That time, Debung Abbot Lama and Geshes, many Rinpoches, they request to the without medium, just same ceremony, same prayer to our monastery. So that day, my job is like tea offering, incense offering. So that time I just become automatically, first day I become tons. Just my feel, I just the electronic big shop. So then after they got news for the holiness, and a few days after, His Holiness asked me, into me, and I told,
What's that like?
like, tell me, you understand? So first time. So after a few, you must be come to a meeting, but you must do a retreat for the higher giver. I did for 2 months. Then that time slowly taking His Holiness. Then that time His Holiness sent to the Dharmalochu Rinpoche, is a Giloba master, and sometimes come to Rinpoche, his Nyingmaba special Lama. Then they both come sometime. Then final 3 months after, then official letter said you are new state oracle. That's my short story.
And if you could just tell people a little bit about how we go into a trance. I know we have some footage of that, but if you just tell people about what your experience is. I know at some point you don't have experience, but if you could just talk about how it proceeds.
It's a little strange.
Strange.
Yes, before the trance, just example some public trance, some official trance. Then like tomorrow I have trance. Then today I'm not happy, very noise. So Simdeto, no,
He's not well.
not comfortable.
Not comfortable at all.
That's Shinad of Chikiorangam.
He's got a little bit of anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then next day, like tomorrow, then morning I have doing to myself prayer, puja. Then after I go to in the temple, then everybody waiting to me. Then I go to change my clothes. Then I take to the oracle institution desk. Then I will sit on the seat. Maybe everybody saw some many cassette for the dance. Then I doing to just meditation. Then there, my friend, there are other 5-6 monks doing to the chanting and pray. Then that time I have remember everything. I saw all the people I watching. I know for the heard the sound. Then after 5 minutes, then slowly they far and far. Then like sleeping. Then sometime, I have feel. Sometimes you go to in the fly, bad weather, and up and down. You have very
You have very ill feelings inside you.
that some yes many times I have. Yeah.
Emotion.
Yes. Then sometimes I have 1 hour trance, sometimes half hour. Anyway, my feeling is only 5 minutes just sleeping, wake up. Then sometimes I have I feel some dream. Sometimes nothing. Then after the trance, maybe 10-15 minutes I have a little pain in my chest and my channel. Then next nose little, not comfortable. Then after half hour and very good feeling and good energy, I feel something and very happy, very happy.
And your neck, because the headdress weighs so much, I would think that you'd have neck problems.
I don't have. Normally, this oracle, calf, it's I think 20 kg only calf. So.
And I'm curious. I guess people would be curious. Do you ever find yourself having a communication between the oracle and yourself? Do you know what I mean? I mean, in a dream, or does the deity ever come to you and you personally and ask you things or talk to you or have an influence on you, or is it just trance and then?
No. Nothing. Just you have example. You have last night. You have lots of dream, but this morning you not have exactly what you have a dream. Oh, I have some dream, some kind like that.
Wow. And so I guess, and so part of your tradition is also to advise His Holiness. And what does the oracle do when he's in a trance? If you could just tell the people.
That 심주 군두 심주 젠드라고 되네나 아니 군두도 추경 꾸냐마도 요 말이스.
He's saying when he's going in trance in front of His Holiness, which is very personal, it's just between the oracle and His Holiness, and nobody else knows what's going on. It's just between just two of them, and you cannot do this.
But the official visits, when they ask you specific, if you could just tell the audience a little bit about what kind of specific question.
아니 다 슝기다 표슝기 고소다 되네나 아니 전자다 보지 밤리다 보지 숨 간디슈여나 에 전자 당보디 아니 다 군디슈는 구자다 아니 구자지 개개유메 근데 유나딜로 도야게 샵린다 가르치고 근데 간디슈니 엔디마 주용 간nen다 그래서.
He's saying if it's official from the Kashag, usually it's the first thing they'll ask is like a protocol thing. They will ask if there's any danger to the life of His Holiness, and what would they would have to do to avoid those obstacles, and he would then give prediction. He would tell them to do these prayers and do these things.
아니 전자니버다 보지라다 저기 난 배우가 자동 되어야 지게 지원남소 간데간데 제 디토래야 지기 셰브린다고 가르치고 탑시 타놈 가르요나 근데.
And secondly, they would these are just examples. Secondly, they might ask like what would be the right policy for the future of Tibet? What actions would the government need to be taking now? So he would then again make tradition saying that, okay, this is what we need to be doing, and do this and do that, make prayers like this is what the projects need to be done and all those things.
아니 당난다야 지게 점리 시디용야다 내가서 점리니나는 지게 미상만 좋아 상만 지 대보용야다 인데토라 미소수용을 가르치 된데 딱 컨디션이 되는 다음에 된소리야 지다 마 전제소소소도 간론난 거레스.
And likewise, in the third instance, like for example, they may the question might be like, how can we achieve a world peace, and what are the ways we can, what are the ways we should be doing, to achieve world peace. And likewise, there may be similar questions, and whatever the questions are put forth, he would answer them individually.
So no lottery numbers.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Dochiche, thank you so much.
Thank you
just
very
in
much.
time.